4:30 this Wednesday, and the Hailey Buzbee case has highlighted confusion about how different alerts are handled in a missing persons case.
Police classified Buzbee as a runaway and did not issue an amber or a silver alert. So Jenna Webster joins us now. What do we need to understand about the criteria for these alerts?
Yeah, there are different criteria. So let's start with an amber alert, which is for a child who police believe was abducted. Law enforcement also has to believe that child is in imminent danger of serious injury or death. There also has to be enough descriptive information about the victim and the abduction to issue that alert. Now, on the other hand, a silver alert is for someone any age who's missing and believed to be incapable of returning home without help because of an illness or disability. It was actually expanded in 2018 to include missing endangered children. I talked to the woman who helped create the Amber Alert in 1996. She says Hailey's disappearance is highlighting a need to expand the criteria for an Amber Alert. So the guidelines I explained earlier apply nationwide, but she says some state agencies have more flexibility than Indiana, such as Texas, which can issue Amber Alerts even if the criteria isn't fully verified.
And I am advocating that the state of Indiana revisit their statute and loosen it up a little bit so that when a teenager goes missing because they have maybe willingly walked out their front door with someone that they thought was not harmful to them or could potentially be harmful to them, we need to give the law enforcement the opportunity to, through their investigative practices, give them the tools to use the Amber Alert.
That was Carolyn Alvey. She agrees with the idea behind the Buzbee family's pink alert system, which would fill gaps in the alert system and cover missing people when credible risk factors exist. She just wants to build it into the Amber Alert so a new system doesn't confuse people. And it's not just Indiana. She says other states could loosen their restrictions too. So we do know it's something Indiana lawmakers said yesterday that they would consider, they'd talk about. So have to see where that goes.
Well, I appreciate you talking about it because she went missing top of January. Her family was looking for her, and people were asking why we weren't reporting on it, and it's because of how it was classified. That was the reason why. Until it was classified differently, that's when we started reporting on it.
And then
so
a lot of police departments say their hands are tied because they have to stick to what the Amber Alert criteria is now. So,
well, and something we talked about is it is very important to get all this out on social media when there is a missing person, but not wanting to leave it up to the algorithm of what somebody might see in their social media feed. That's why an Amber Alert is really important, she says, to issue.
Okay, well, thanks for taking the time to talk to an expert about it.